Hi, this is Aimee J, and you're listening to Chasing Dreams with me, Aimee J.
Welcome to Chasing Dreams podcast with Aimee J. Aimee believes that realizing a life without regrets is achieved by taking chances, chasing your dreams, making moves, and overcoming your doubts. The Chasing Dreams podcast will help you overcome life's obstacles, believe in your potential, and inspire you to face your fears. And now here's the woman who is passionately pursuing her dreams, Aimee J.
Hey, Dream Chasers, this is Aimee J, and thank you so much for tuning in to episode 126 of Chasing Dreams. Today's episode is a little bit different. It happens usually once a year. Didn't do it for 2017. It's a retrospective episode, if you will. I usually take one episode at the end of a calendar year and look back on the previous year and look forward to the upcoming year and kind of talk about the plans, things I have going on, and we just have that chat. So that's what this episode is. It's a little bit different, but it happens rarely, so, bear with me. But I think it's important because if you don't take a look back, then you don't know where you are, really, and you can't move forward and you can't make decisions and improve upon yourself, keep the good things going and work on the things that didn't work. And so that's what we're going to do today. And so with today's episode marks 125 episodes. This is 126 of 2017. We have done over 120, which is fantastic. The show has been on for over 2 years. Some great things have happened. We hit episode 100 last year. That's right. In 2017, we hit 100 episodes and I loved it. As I sit back and reflect on the past years, I've had some amazing guests. Every one of them has had a message or a story to share that I think has had a different lesson or a similar lesson, but common lessons on how they got where they are, things that they have done that worked. And, I've just been inspired by each and every one of them. And I know some of you have been as well. You've let me know. You share the episodes. It's been fantastic. The response of you guys listening in, over 38,000 episodes have been downloaded. I haven't checked recently. It's probably more than that. It was like 38,000 around the end of 2017. So probably more than that. But the fact that we are there is just phenomenal. When I first started the show, I didn't think we would get here. I hoped we would still be here, but podcasts don't often get past episode 8. It's not common. The fact that you guys are still listening, that I'm still making them, that people have stories they want to share humbles me. It really does. So here we are, 125 episodes later, and we're still trucking. I don't see an end in sight. There are some things we need to keep the show going. We'll talk about that at the end of the episode. But aside from that, I got to talk about some of the things I've observed in 2017 that have played a part in how I'm approaching 2017. Because aside from the show, I am doing things and I want to share that with you. And so 2017 was a crazy year, stressful, not the most positive year we've had ever. But, some good things happened, Wonder Woman, the Women's March, the Astros won the World Series. Let me clarify. I'm an Orioles fan, first and foremost, but I'm happy for the Astros. I'm happy for Houston because, they went through the devastation of Hurricane Harvey. And, last year was the year of hurricanes. You had Harvey, Irma, Maria. Puerto Rico was affected, Jamaica and the Caribbean islands were affected, Texas, Houston, they were affected, but Houston Astros came back, won the World Series. You guys did phenomenal. Great job. Positive things that did happen. But I got to say that 2017 seemed to be outweighed by more of the, I want to say negative. I don't want to say negative, but it kind of was not positive things that had happened. And so In looking back on the year, it was great that we had the Women's March, but that was in the beginning of 2017. Towards the end of 2017, you had the Me Too and Time's Up movement, which isn't to say that the march wasn't successful. That wasn't it at all. And if that's what you got out of it, that's not it. It's to say that there's still work to be done. It's that this isn't a moment, this is a movement. And the fact that we have to have these conversations and things is sad, really, but it's the way the world is right now. I mean, gender equality is a struggle at the moment. There are strides being made day after day, but there is still work to be done. Most recently in 2018, the beginning of January, a few days ago, I guess, because this is airing January 24th, the pay discrepancy that was offered to Monique and Wanda Sykes for Netflix and comparison to their male counterparts. That revelation was staggering. They're not the first ones affected by this. They're just the most recent ones. And so there's still work to be done with gender equality and things that kind of make it equal, right? Because, women, men, we're all equal. However you identify yourself, we're all equal, because when it comes down to it, we're all human. And so we should all be treated with respect. We should all be treated equally, and we should all be kind. I mean, that's something that still needs to be done. I saw a lot of cyberbullying in 2017, which, again, everything's making me sad right now, but it's prevalent. I mean, the internet is an amazing place, does amazing things, but it's also a sandbox for everyone. Everyone is in the same playground, in the same sandbox, working and talking to each other. You have tweens, teens, young adults, all talking to one another, hiding behind our avatars, not knowing if the other one is who they say they are, but let's say they are. You have people just being disrespectful to one another. There's a sense of entitlement that's unwarranted, really. Just because you have a social media profile doesn't mean you are the one and done expert on any topic, on any or every topic. The art of listening has kind of disappeared. What used to be discussions have become attacks on one another. It's almost difficult to have a discussion about something because you're afraid of what the other person will say. So, those are a few of them. Poverty, hunger, homelessness. Had no idea how prevalent it was in the US. My eyes were opened when Lauren Purrier, who was a guest on episode 101, came on the show and talked about it. She's living her truth by helping out extreme couponing, giving back as much as she can to help fight the good fight, but there's still work to be done with that. Mental illness has seen an increase, a rise in 2017 in the US. I'm sure across the world, but in the US in particular, depression, anorexia, anxiety, just to name a few, are happening. More and more cases are not being reported, and people aren't seeking help for that. And that's something that should change. Taking care of yourself, having self-care for your mental health, your physical health is important, and seeking help is something that we need to do. The last depressing thing I wanted to talk about was how racism and heterosexism is still out there. We have made strides, don't get me wrong, significant strides in both of those areas from decades ago, but there is still work to be done. The fact that one race isn't treated equal to another, the fact that gays are not treated the same as non-gays, it's ridiculous. We're all human. We're all equal. We're all people. And so, there's strides to be made in that. But none of this is new. I mean, that's what it comes down to. None of this is new at all. This is all things that have been happening. We just weren't aware of it. I mean, it seems like a spotlight is being shown on it. The news and media are reporting on more and more things. And it's tempting to say it's because of one person, but that's not the case, right? It's just that we're becoming more aware of it because it's being brought to the forefront, and probably with reason, so that we can fight these things. And so, when I think about it, I want to do something about that. That is something that, I think is important. And last year, every year I do some kind of a theme for myself for the year. Past themes have included like, what are they? Make moves, take a chance, live without regret. Last year's theme was change your perspective, and representation matters. And I still think it's important. I still think that's a theme that should carry on with me, for me, and maybe for you into 2018. Because all of it takes a part. And I think there's still more that I could do. There's still more that the show can do. And so we just kind of want to, I don't know why I talk in the third person sometimes. I want to do something about that because, in the world as powerful and inspiring as Oprah, Ellen DeGeneres, and Barack Obama, to name a few, are, the world doesn't need another one of them. We don't. It's easy and tempting to say, hey, we need another Barack Obama. But the truth of the matter is that we need you. We need people who are inspired by them. We need people who have the experiences and inspirations to help make a better place. So you are what will change the world. You are what will change the future. I mean, people are doing that already, really. And some examples of that are the Me Too movement. It's not something that was just created. It's been going on for years. Things that can be done should be done. I mean, so we're seeing these injustices of today, and we're seeing that there's still some ways to go for respect to be given to people of all backgrounds, regardless of their race, religion, sexual orientation, or mental health. But the way we fight that, the way we do better, is that you live your truth, that you be honest with yourself, that you be honest with the world, and do what you do. So many others have done that and have made a difference by doing so. I mean, the most famous ones are Oprah, Barack Obama, Ellen DeGeneres, right? Most common ones, first ones that come to your mind, right? But there are other people who are doing things. Chris Wood, the actor on Supergirl, he started the movement I Don't Mind to help make and normalize the conversation of mental health. He's worked with NAMI, the National Association of Mental Illness, I think it is, and they're working to make it okay to talk about mental health and how you may be feeling. Because right now it's stigma. It's a stigma and people don't want to talk about it. And I think we need to. In cultures, you have to be open about that. And so, the fact that he started this movement to do that, is living his truth, being honest and open, is making a difference. So many people are coming out to talk about that. And the ladies of the DC universe have started a movement called She Authority, which is empowering for women, for teens, for youth, for ladies. It's phenomenal what they're doing and how they support one another. And, it's as simple as just representing. It really is. And you can use Danica Rome. I think I said her name right. The first openly transgender legislator in Virginia. She won the elections, and she not only won, she won against an anti-trans legislator, I think it was. And so by living her truth, she made a difference in the world. She stood out. She is an example to others who may be struggling, who may need help and may need an example. And so, it's fantastic because that's what's going to change the world. And so by you living your truth and not standing idly by, because by your actions, by you chasing your dreams and being kind and respectful, I do add that, being kind and respectful, that's what's going to make the difference. Like Martin Luther King, like Steve Jobs, like Oprah, Ellen DeGeneres, Barack Obama, and thousands like them, right? That's what's going to do it. So by just being you, right, you are going to affect those around you. You're going to influence and affect those around you. And when you do that, they are going to affect and influence those around them. and then so on and so forth. And so it becomes this bit of a butterfly effect. And so while you think you're doing nothing, what you're really doing is affecting the world. And that is an amazing thing. So I can't do it for you. That's not how it works. I need you to just be you. You with your experiences, you with your influences, you with your inspirations. Go be you. Live your truth. But what I can do is help. Help give the inspiration, help encourage you and empower you to be just you. So 2018, I'm going to do just that. I'm going to remove the fences I've been keeping amongst and around myself, keeping me in this safe space of podcasting. And I want to do more. And that's something I'm going to work on. For the podcast, what that means is I'm going to focus on some theme months where we're going to kind of look at things in particular, representations of specifics. For example, upcoming, we're going to honor Black History Month. We're going to honor Women's History Month. And we're going to see if we can do a few more. And so I think by doing that and showing you, hey, this is representation. These are things that you should be looking to. You guys can see that you're not alone, because you're not. You're not alone. All right. So you asked, and aside from that, themed months, one of the things that people have reached out about is asking for a call-in segment, which is cute and fun. I never thought we would do this. So we're going to try it. We're going to have a call-in segment called Ask Aimee. And what happens is you leave a message by visiting aimej21.com/askaimee. Leave your message, and me and my guest will respond to your message on air. And when we talk about that, if your message is selected, I will send you a small gift of thanks for sharing your story, sharing your question or your message. And it'll be fun. We'll see how it goes. It's new. I've never really done that before. So once again, if you want to leave a message or ask a question, you can do so at aimej21.com/askaimee. And remember, Aimee is spelled AIMEE. I know it seems silly since it's in the title and everything, but it happens. You might have forgotten. That's how you spell it. And then, with all of these things we're trying to do to help with that, I've set up a Patreon campaign. It's not necessarily something everyone's going to be able to participate in. I hope you can, if you will, because every little bit helps. But what it is that donors can and will receive rewards for monthly donations to help us release and launch and publicize podcast episodes. We've also gone ahead and created a new show called Where Are They Now?, where we check back in with past guests from the show and see how is their dream chase going? What new obstacles have they faced? How are things working, if any? And kind of touch base with them after a period of time. It's not going to be anybody that we've talked to in the last 6 months. So, the show's been over 2 years. It's kind of important to check back and see, hey, some things aren't always roses and some things are. So we'll do that, and that'll be fun. And if you want advanced access or even just access at the moment to that, then you just got to donate to the Patreon campaign. And you guys can learn more or donate over at aimej21.com/Patreon. That's aimej21.com/Patreon. So I am looking for sponsors and partners in this new mission to inspire, equip, and empower people to chase their dreams. If you are interested or know someone who would like to partner up with this, it's not necessarily with the podcast, but we're looking to do some new initiatives in this new year. You guys can reach me at aimej21.com. So definitely reach out. Would love to see what we can do this year to help inspire others. And lastly, I'm going to write a book this year, or at least try to. And, after 125 episodes, listening to the advice of 100 plus dream chasers, I think there is something to be shared. And so if you'd like to follow that journey, you guys can do so over on my social media. I will be tracking that. It'll be fun. It'll be interesting. You guys can see the struggles, the things that are working, and just the process overall. Because initially, I'm not going to self-publish. We'll see how that works. And so we'll try traditional publishing first. If it doesn't work, self-publishing is always an option. And then, that's it. right? One note to you guys, I have consolidated the Chasing Dreams website with my own website. So now chasingdreamshq.com is no longer there. If you'd like to find the podcast, you can find it over at aimej21.com/chasingdreams. I think I've kept you guys enough. You need to go and do your thing. So finally, the show notes are over at aimej21.com/episode 126. That's episode 126. Till next time, guys, keep chasing.
Thank you so much for listening to Chasing Dreams. Aimee would love to connect with you and hear all about your pursuit of chasing your dreams. Connect with her on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram via @ChasingDreamsHQ. Or you can find Aimee on Twitter @AimeeJ21. That's AIMEEJ21. Be sure to visit headquarters over at chasingdreamshq.com for more inspiration, motivation, and resources to help with your own dream chase. We hope you'll join Aimee next week, and until then, keep chasing.